What was supposed to be just another glossy night of cocktails and confessionals on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta turned into the kind of chaos that even Jerry Springer would have told them to calm down about. Cameras were rolling, mics were hot, wigs were secure doors, so they thought, and then boom, drinks flying, chairs scraping, and security sprinting like it was the Super Bowl halftime show. But here's the question nobody's asking. Was this an authentic, heat-of-the-moment brawl between two women with years of bad blood? Or was the entire spectacle a prepackaged reality TV scam designed to go viral before the episode even aired? Think about it. Why did the leaks hit Instagram before the fight fully erupted? Why did producers mysteriously forget to intervene? While two grown women threatened to turn a trendy Atlanta lounge into WrestleMania. And tell me this. How does a private green room photo of Jasmine and Rasheeda surface online within minutes, showing them looking suspiciously friendly like co-conspirators, not rivals? Oh, don't worry, we've got the footage, the receipts. And the anonymous crew members spilling tea hotter than the hookah smoke in that club. Strap in, because what I'm about to break down isn't just reality TV's reality manipulation. At its MESSIEST, so let's start where everything began to unravel, because this was not just another shoot day for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It was the kind of day where you could feel trouble brewing before the first drink was poured, before the first line was spoken, before the first camera light even flickered on. And the producers knew it too. That is the craziest part. They let it all ride because chaos equals ratings, and nothing pulls viewers in like a storm they were never supposed to see. Jasmine walks into the lounge not like someone casually arriving for a filler scene, but like she is stepping into battle. Wearing that tight white dress, hair sleek, smile just sharp enough to cut, and the kind of confidence that comes from knowing she is about to dominate the conversation even if she has to spark a fire to do it. Across the room sits Rasheeda with Carly Red by her side, sipping iced tea as though she is unbothered, scrolling her phone as if she has nothing to prove. But everyone who knows their history knows the calm is a mask. That icy front is hiding, a furnace ready to explode. And Jasmine brushing her shoulder on the way to the bar was not an accident. It was a move, deliberate. A spark tossed into a room filled with gasoline. She tosses the fakest "oops, my bad" over her shoulder, the words dripping with sugar and venom all at once. And that is it. The air changes. Extras pull out their phones, crew members exchange glances, and the producers sit back, letting the moment cook, knowing this could be the kind of scene people replay 1,000 times online. From the corner, Rasheeda leans toward Carly and whispers something that makes Carly's eyes widen and her mouth drop open. And seconds later, Jasmine is at the bar talking to young Jock, laughing just loud enough, tossing little glances toward Rasheeda like a chess player, daring her opponent to make the first move. And then, like clockwork, a blurry leak hits Instagram. A call sheet with both their names listed together. It's the caption practically spelling it out. Producers are setting the stage for a showdown. Within minutes, people are already speculating, fans already typing, and the cameras are still rolling, like nothing is out of place. Drinks hit the table, and Rasheeda switches her seat so that now she is staring Jasmine down directly. No smiles, no pretending, just that unblinking stare across the lounge that says, "Come on then, let's not waste time." The table talk begins casual. Carly mentioning the cast trip, Jock cracking a joke about outfits, light laughs here and there. But then Rasheeda interrupts the vibe with a line cold enough to freeze the room. "Since we are all being so open, maybe we can talk about why certain people cannot keep my name out of their mouth online." The chatter dies instantly. The air thickens, and Jasmine tilts her head with that smirk that never wavers. Answering smoothly, "If you mean me, I only said what everyone else was already thinking." Rasheeda leans in calm but loaded. "And what is that?" she asks, voice calm but razor sharp. Jasmine, without hesitation, fires back. "That your perfect little marriage brand is faker than the discount handbags you sell. smiling as if the insult was just casual truth. Gasps ripple around. Carly clutches her pearls. Metaphorically, Jock covers a grin. And a producer mouths to the camera, "Keep rolling." Rasheeda sits up straighter, meeting the moment without flinching, and she counters with the kind of line reality stars live for. "This is why nobody takes you seriously, because you cling to my name for relevance." But funny how you forget when you were begging Kirk for rent money not so long ago. The words hit like bullets. Jasmine's smile tightens. But she tries to steady herself, whispering careful as if to warn her. Yet Rasheeda will not back down. Asking why? "Because you do not want me to bring up Miami. The shift is instant, Jasmine." Stands slowly, deliberate, placing her drink down with a thud loud enough to draw every eye. And her voice cuts through the silence. "You want to go there?" Rasheeda does not flinch. She rises too, locking eyes with her rival. Answering sweetly, "I live there," and the energy surges as security inches closer. But producers shake their heads. Let it play. This is what they came for. The lounge feels like a pressure cooker. Fans disguised as extras begin raising their phones, the anticipation building, and then another leak blasts across Twitter. A grainy clip from the audience showing Rasheeda on her feet. Jasmine stepping closer, the caption. Saying it all, "Oh, it is going down." The atmosphere flips from casual scene to fight night spectacle. People cheering, whispering, waiting, and Jasmine takes one more step. Her voice slicing through. "You have had a problem with me from day one, and for what? Because I am younger, prettier? Because I do not play the fake housewife role?" Rasheeda smirks, dismissive yet sharp. "No, because you are messy, desperate. And you would not know loyalty if it smacked you in the face." That is the final spark. Jasmine lunges, not a swing but a grab for Rasheeda's hair, and the room erupts. In chaos, chairs scraping, glasses shattering, camera operators shoving in closer, capturing every second while security jumps into the mess. Rasheeda shoves back hard, sending Jasmine stumbling against the bar. And suddenly the whole place is shouting, extras yelling, producers screaming for angles, not for peace, and Carly Red, because she cannot help herself, is filming it on her own phone, narrating like it is a boxing match. Jasmine screams, "You are lucky they are holding me back." Rasheeda laughs, replying, "Girl, please, you could not touch me on your best day," and the spectacle only grows. Somewhere in the madness, another leak drops on Instagram, this time a still from the green room earlier showing Jasmine and Rasheeda together, smiling, almost friendly, standing close like conspirators, not enemies. And instantly, the audience online turns, accusing them of staging everything. Twitter erupts with fans saying if they are faking fights, then the whole show is a scam. Production is playing us. And yet inside the lounge, the energy does not die. It only twists. Jock mutters under his breath about how awkward this just got. Carly tells everyone to check Instagram, and Rasheeda glances at her phone, seeing the photo with narrowed eyes while Jasmine explodes louder, shouting, "Are you kidding me? What is that supposed to mean?" Rasheeda fires back, "Do not look at me. If anyone benefits from making this fake, it is you." And Jasmine retaliates instantly. "I know damn well I did not leak that picture." Security tries to hold them apart, but the damage is done. The tension is subpule. The tension is no longer just about insults or bruised egos. It is about credibility, about who is telling the truth, and about who is willing to tear the other down to keep their spot on top. The shouting in the lounge was only the beginning, because the moment security managed to drag Jasmine and Rasheeda into separate hallways, the fight turned into something much darker and much harder to contain, and the cameras, of course, followed. Like vultures circling a carcass, because the producers knew that what was happening now was even juicier than a physical scuffle. Jasmine broke free first, storming down the corridor toward the green room with her heels slamming against the floor like a drumbeat, shouting that if the leaked photo came from there, she was going to find out exactly who took it. Rasheeda, never. One to be escorted anywhere quietly, tore herself out of the grip of security and marched right after her, snapping that she was not about to have her reputation dragged through the mud because some low-level crew member wanted to chase clout. Carly read, phone still rolling for her Instagram stories. Trailed behind, whispering gleefully to young Jock that this was better than pay-per-view, and Jock agreed under his breath that he had never seen anything like it. Inside the green room, the air was thick with tension. Mirrors lined the walls. Makeup stations were cluttered with brushes and bottles. And stylists froze mid-touch-up when the two women stormed in like tornadoes. Jasmine's voice cut through the silence as she barked at the room, demanding to know who had taken that picture. Her tone sharp enough to make even seasoned crew members flinch. Rasheeda scanned the room too, her eyes landing on a corner table, where a phone sat charging, and she zeroed in on it instantly, asking whose it was. A hairstylist hesitated before admitting it was theirs, but swore they had not posted anything. Jasmine grabbed the phone anyway, scrolling through the camera roll until gasps rippled across the room. Because there it was, the very green room. Photo now plastered across Instagram with a timestamp, proving it had been taken less than an hour before the chaos erupted. The stylist insisted they had only sent it to someone privately, but Carly could not help chiming in with her own theory, that it must have gone straight to LHH Insider Tea, the notorious gossip page known for dropping leaks before episodes even finished filming. The stylist's silence said everything, and Jasmine's voice rose with fury as she accused production itself of feeding stories to the blogs through the crew. Her words laced with venom, while Rasheeda smirked coldly, telling her not to act surprised, because she had been benefiting from leaks for years. Jasmine shot back that if she was leaking, she would have made sure Rasheeda looked far worse than her. And before anyone could separate them again, Jock's phone buzzed with yet another alert. He looked down, eyes widening, then whistled as he showed the screen to the room. This time, it was not just a still photo, but a full grainy video clip posted online showing Jasmine and Rasheeda earlier that very day in the same green room. Standing close, leaning in, voices muffled except for one crystal clear line. Rasheeda's voice saying, "So we just keep it light until the second scene, then we let loose." The implication was devastating because it sounded like proof the entire fight had been staged for cameras, and fans wasted no time, reposting the clip with captions mocking the show and declaring the drama officially fake. Production scrambled, a producer rushing in, whispering to the women not to admit anything on camera and to deny it all. But Jasmine was not willing to play along. She spun toward Rasheeda, her voice loud and sharp, declaring that the tape showed Rasheeda as the one faking for the cameras. Rasheeda's face reddened as she barked that Jasmine did not know what she was talking about. But Jasmine pressed harder, accusing her of pulling strings all season to make her look bad and being sloppy, enough to get caught on tape doing it. Security shifted closer, sensing another physical brawl was seconds away, but instead of lunging, Rasheeda smiled, calm and dangerous, and said sweetly that she did not need to stage a fight to make Jasmine look bad because she had receipts that would make this little catfight look like a tea party. The room went silent as she reached into her bag and slammed a manila folder onto the nearest vanity with a thud that echoed. "Go ahead, open it," she challenged, and Jasmine hesitated before finally flipping it open. The first page made her face pale. Printed text messages with a blurred contact name but crystal clear words referencing secret hotel meetings and promises of no cameras, followed by a booking confirmation for a luxury Miami suite allegedly paid, with the credit card of another cast member's husband. Jasmine's smirk evaporated as she slammed the folder shut, calling it garbage, but Rasheeda crossed her arms and told her it was real, and if she tried to deny it, she would gladly send it to the same blog eating her alive all season. Jock muttered that Rasheeda would definitely do it. Carly squealed dramatically, and the tension became electric. Before Jasmine could even respond, another phone buzzed, this time in the hand of a producer who looked pale as he revealed a brand new leak. This was a backstage video clearly showing Rasheeda handing the same manila folder to production with a smirk, saying, "Make sure this gets out. Let's see her talk her way out of this." Gasps filled the room again as Jasmine pointed at her rival, accusing her of being the leak all along, feeding information to the blogs from the inside. Rasheeda barked back that the clip only showed her giving it to production, not the blogs, but Jasmine cut her off laughing bitterly, saying production was the blogs and everyone knew it. Carly's grin widened because the scandal was now bigger than anything they could have planned. Jock leaned back, muttering that things were about to go left fast. And Jasmine stepped closer to Rasheeda until their noses nearly touched, whispering, "If you want to go to war, let's go to war, because when my receipts drop, you are going to wish you had stayed quiet." Rasheeda smiled faintly, replying that she was thinking the exact same thing about Jasmine. The green room became a powder keg ready to blow as Jasmine and Rasheeda stood chest to chest, their words slicing through the air sharper than any physical blow could have been. And every crew member and castmate in that space knew something irreversible was about to unfold. The manila folder still lay on the vanity, half open, papers spilling out like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to scandal. And even though both women were trying to control the narrative, it was clear neither had the upper hand anymore because too many people had seen too much. Carly Red whispered dramatically into her phone mic that this was the realest reality TV moment she had ever witnessed. Ouch. Jock just shook his head, muttering that contracts were about to get ripped up, and the poor stylist whose phone started this mess kept begging everyone not to drag their name into it as if that was still an option. The producers huddled together near the door, whispering furiously, some insisting they shut the cameras off before legal trouble exploded. Others demanding to keep rolling because this was the kind of gold no scripted scene could ever deliver. But the real explosion came when Jasmine decided she was not going to stay cornered and declared in a voice, loud enough to echo through the hallway, that if anyone wanted to see receipts, they should check their DIMs tonight, because she was about to leak proof of Rasheeda's own little off-camera adventures. The room fell silent for a beat, then erupted as phones were whipped out instantly. Everyone refreshing Instagram and Twitter, desperate to see if she was bluffing. And sure enough, within minutes, screenshots started surfacing allegedly from Jasmine's burner account showing text threads between Rasheeda and a producer discussing manufactured drama, staged confrontations, and payment bonuses for dragging certain cast members more than others. The screenshots were messy, half redacted and blurry, but believable enough that fans online went into overdrive. Comments flooded with accusations that Rasheeda was the puppet master of the entire season. Hashtags like Fear Rasheeda and Scripted Scandal started trending, and the network itself was suddenly tagged in thousands of posts demanding answers. Rasheeda's face remained stone cold, but her clenched jaw betrayed the storm brewing inside. And when she finally spoke, it was with a venomous calm, telling Jasmine that if she wanted to play dirty, she had just signed her own death sentence in the industry. Jasmine fired back that Rasheeda's industry credibility was already hanging by a thread, and she was just doing everyone the favor of cutting it loose. The producers tried to step in then, waving hands and pleading with them to lower their voices. But neither woman was listening, because this had gone beyond a reality TV spat and turned into a war for reputation, for survival, and for dominance in front of millions. Then, as if fate was determined to add gasoline to the fire, another leak dropped in real time. It's a shaky video, clearly showing a network executive arguing with a producer about how to spin the Jasmine Rasheeda feud for ratings, while casually admitting that the crew had been instructed to bait them into conflict all season. The clip went viral instantly, fans calling it the smoking gun, proving everything about the show was manipulated. And suddenly, it was not just Jasmine and Rasheeda under attack, but the entire franchise. Crew members in the room started panicking, some whispering that they were about to lose their jobs, others wondering if lawyers were already being called. And now the real question is, where do we go from here? Because after everything that just went down, nothing will ever be the same again, and you already know this is not just another petty feud. This is the kind of scandal that rewrites the game. Entirely so, I need you to stop what you are doing and think hard because do you believe Jasmine went too far exposing Rasheeda? Or do you think Rasheeda finally got what was coming to her after years of acting like the queen bee of the set? And do you think the network is scrambling right now trying to plug the leaks? Or are they secretly thrilled that the drama has made them trend worldwide? In record time, and here is where you come in because I need you to drop your thoughts right now. In the comments below, tell me who you are siding with and why, and if you think this was a setup from the beginning or a genuine meltdown that nobody could have predicted. And while you are at it, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell because you know this story is only getting started and you do not want to miss what happens next.